Hey there everybody! Today we're going to make these cool rainbow yarn wall hangings. You can use this kit that you can get from the library, and inside the kit are all the materials you need, including yarn, a bamboo dowel, and some scissors. So let's go ahead and take the label off and open the sack and take out all of our materials. If you don't get a kit from the library, you can still make this project. You'll just need a different ball of yarn for each rainbow color you want, and a bamboo dowel, and these instructions. So we're going to go step by step through the instructions, but if you want to come back to it later, you can always just use the paper. And here is the pair of scissors we're going to use today. You're also going to need a large paper grocery sack because you're going to use that to measure the length of your yarn along the long side. So we're going to start with the red yarn, and you're going to undo the knots on your ball of yarn. You can also just cut these knots off if you're not too worried about it. You're going to have enough for nice fluffy tassels either way. Once you get your yarn untangled, you're going to cut lengths of yarn that are the same length as this paper grocery sack, starting at the bottom and going all the way to the top. And this is a normal size grocery sack like you'd buy your groceries in, not one of the ones that we've packaged your crafts in today, because we want your tassels to be about 9 inches long when they're all done, and this is about 18 inches on the sack. So go ahead and measure your entire ball of yarn against the sack, starting with my red, and then I'm going to cut the end where the yarn bends. It's hard to see, I'm a little off screen here. Oh, there we go. And then we'll cut down this part over here, and we're going to separate out one of these strands to be the hanger for the final project. So gather all of them except for one, set that one to the side, and then bend your yarn in half, right down the middle like that. Right over the top of the bend, leaving a loop at the top, lay your bamboo dowel. This is a really easy half hitch knot, super simple. You're going to put your hand through the loop at the top and pull the tail of all the yarn through the loop. Pull it till it's tight against the dowel, and that's all there is to it. Let's repeat it for the orange yarn next. Go ahead and untangle and untie your orange yarn, and you're going to lay it out alongside the grocery bag just like you did for the red. Again, if you can't get the knot untied, just go ahead and cut the knot when you see it. Just the knot, not all of the string, but if you cut the knot, you should be able to get it untangled pretty quickly. Alright, you're laying it out alongside your normal size grocery bag. I'm cutting each strand separately this time just to show you that that's another way you can do this. So one strand and then cut, and then one strand and then cut, and then I'll bundle them together as soon as we're done with all of the orange strands. So now that I'm done cutting all my orange strands, I'm grouping them all together in my hand, matching the ends together as best I can, and then I'm going to fold them in half right down the center and make a loop at the top again like we did for the red color. And I'm cutting off that last bit there because there's a little bit of a dangler hanging out. Alright, so we're going to lay down our orange yarn, and go ahead and get your dowel. It already has the red yarn attached. Lay it over the top of the bend. Stick your hand through there and pull the tails through the loop. Easy peasy. So now you have 2 colors of yarn ready to go, and we're going to go ahead and speed up through the next few colors, and we'll join you back up here at the end. Go ahead and pause the video if you need to take your time. You can always start it over again. So let's slow that down and we'll look at that tassel formation one more time. You're putting the bend underneath the dowel, putting your hand through the bend, and then pulling the tail through the loop, just like that. And then pull it nice and tight so that it cinches right up there against the dowel. Smooth it all out, and then we're going to move all of the tassels over so that they're evenly spaced from the ends. Oh, my camera's a little blurry here. That's okay though. You can get the idea. You want them evenly spaced from the ends because the next step is to take that leftover piece of red yarn from the beginning and tie one end of the yarn to each end of the stick. And we're going to double knot this, so I'm going to move in a little closer so you can see just a little better. You'll take the short tail end of your yarn and you're going to cross it over the longer part of your yarn. And then tuck that tail around and up through the loop that you've created. And then pull it nice and tight. So now you've done that twice, you have what's called a double knot. And you can do the same thing on the other end of your rainbow. Crossing it underneath, take the short end, cross it over the longer piece, and then tuck it under and up through the loop. And then pull it nice and tight. Okay, and then go ahead and repeat that so that you have a double knot on each end. So you can finish this up by taking your scissors and trimming the ends so that they all are more or less the same length, which makes it look a little tidier. And then you're all done with your rainbow. Hey, I hope you enjoyed making this project with us today. I bet your rainbow turned out just as beautiful as mine. Remember, you can make these colors go in any order you like. We just like rainbows.